up, YouTube? It's your girl Atlas. I just wanted to come through real quick and do a response to Bunnyainjell's video. I do it because I love you. I'm gonna try to make it short and sweet because I tend to ramble, as you all know. Okay, my opinion, and this is strictly my opinion. My opinion on the whole "I do it because I love you" thing is, well, there are limits to it. That's how I feel. The reason I feel that way is because, well, I'm going to refer to my previous relationships as well as my current. I was the type of person, I'm a different person now. Not sure if it's a good thing, bad thing, whatever. I was the type of person that I would do any and everything. When I say any and everything, I would do any and everything for my partner. Like, I mean, even to the point where if they needed their shoe tied, I would tie their shoe. Like something simple like that. Or I was the type of person where my partner could be sitting beside the sink, have a bucket full of ice and a glass, and the water will be running, and they ask me for a glass of ice water, I would do it. They're sitting right beside the sink, but I would personally do it. I was that type of person. And what I came to realize, slowly but surely, I wasn't getting that in return. Now, I don't do things to get things in return. I do it because I, choose to do it. But I kind of had that mentality where it was like, well, if I love them, then I would do this, that, and the other. Okay, because I don't do those things does not mean that I don't love them. And I had to realize that. And I also had to realize that I was doing all of those things, but they weren't doing those things in return. So that's a whole nother issue. However, I just had to take that into consideration. I'm like, well, a relationship should be give and take, not take and take. And I feel like the risk that you take by being that person who does everything because they love their partner, the risk that you take is, in my opinion, you take a chance in losing yourself because you give so much of yourself to someone else that you don't have any for yourself. I hope that makes sense, but that's my opinion. And I started saying no, and it became hard for the people I was in relationships with. It became really hard because I basically set myself up. I did any and everything for them, including tying the shoes and fixing them ice water when they're sitting beside everything to make their own damn ice water. I would do that, and when I started telling them no, they had a problem with it because I spoiled them. I did everything for them, so they didn't have to do anything. Why? Because I loved them. And then I had to think, like, because I don't do it now, or I don't do it as often now, does not mean I don't love them. It just means I love myself as well. That's just my opinion. I feel like I love myself as well. I'm going to do things for you if you need, and sometimes if you don't. But if you need, I got you. You need me to help you with the bills. You need to eat. You need something from a store. You sick. You need some soup. You need some orange juice. Boom, I got you. But if you don't want to get up off your ass to do something simply because you don't feel like it, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. It's just really not going to happen. Well, sometimes it may, but it's going to be a rare occasion because I'm not the maid. And I feel like sometimes people have a tendency to think, well, if they love me and if this is my king, this is my queen, they should do everything for me. They should wait on me hand and foot. I should be put on a pedestal. But at the same time, where are they putting you? And I hope I'm not like all over the place, which I probably am, but I just stopped doing it. Like, I'm not going to do it all the time. Like, it's just not in me to do that. So wait on you hand and foot because you're too lazy to get your ass up. No. And it doesn't mean I love you any less. It does not. I still love you. However, I'm not your gopher, so I'm not going to do any and everything that you want. Like, get off of your ass and do it yourself. If nothing is holding you back from doing that task yourself, then you shouldn't have any problem doing it yourself. Where does it say that, oh, because I'm in a relationship, they're supposed to do everything that I don't feel like doing? That's not the right kind of relationship. So, I personally, it has its limits. Like I said, if my partner's sick or something, oh yeah, I got you. You know, they need help with the bills, da da da. Yeah, I got you. But you just want to sit and watch TV, eating bonbons, and you want me to go get you something to drink. Why you can't get up? You know, maybe that's just from my own personal experience. Like I said, no one can tell me that I don't love my fiance, or that I've never loved anyone else I was in a relationship with, because I decided I was going to start telling them no, and I wasn't going to wait on them hand and foot. You're not going to tell me that, because that's not true. That's not the case. If love is based upon you waiting on someone hand and foot, I don't want it. I don't want any parts of it if that's what it is. That's not what it is. You saying no doesn't equal no love. It just... Everyone has a right to say no. I don't care what the situation is. You have a right, the God-given right, to say no. Whether you feel like it or not, you should be able to say no within your relationship. And that's where, you know, I agree with Sarcasm's point of view, because you have a right to say no. You should be allowed to say no in a relationship. Now, I'm not saying whatever is asked of you, you say no. No, that's not right, because that's still not a give and take relationship. But there are times that you should be allowed to say no, and not just because you don't feel well. Oh, I don't feel well, so I don't feel like... No. Oh, I'm tired. No, it shouldn't always be that. Maybe you just truly, honestly, do not feel like it. Like, that happens in this world. You just honestly, truly don't feel like it. So, you should be allowed to say no if you so choose. No one should make you feel bad, or try to make you feel bad, or make you feel as though you don't love them because you won't do that. To me, that's kind of, and that I think about it, it's kind of like, I mean, it kind of is, but like a girl and her boyfriend, and we'll just use that example. The boyfriend wants to have sex, and he's pressuring her. She says no. He says, you don't love me. Because she is using her God-given right to say no. That does not mean that she does not love him. That means that she does not want to take that step. She does not want to do that. So how does that make her love for him any less? Like, how? So, you know, I hope that made sense. And I think I'm going to cut it off here. This has been Don't Be Afraid to Think TV, and I'm Atlas, and I am out.